Hey guys, Peyton Snakeback here again for another random video for you guys today. So, I'm going to be talking about the best 90s TV shows. Meaning ones I like to watch a lot. Some of these ones I probably watched when I was little. Other times, there were probably shows I just recently watched and really liked. You'll see a picture up right here what that show is. But the whole point of why I'm doing this video is because, like I said in the last video, that the next DVD update will be a delay. Especially, I know there's going to be a delay because I got 8 more movies to watch for the next update. There's no way I'm going to get them done by Wednesday. Plus, I have a family over and doing some screenings outside, so I don't really have much time to watch any of my Screen Factories that I got this weekend. So yeah, there's going to be a delay for sure, but I made this video to make it up to you guys, letting you guys know, okay, there was a video at least. It wasn't a DVD update, but at least there's a video, Let's go ahead and get started. So the first show is Mr. Bean, which was it was kind of like a UK TV show. Because I know the show was made in the UK, it was in England, I think, but the show was basically about this goofy guy who all these, gets into these situations, there was an episode, and this one episode I really liked, one where he goes to the carnival and he just finds this missing baby, and he's taking care of the baby at this carnival. I kind of like that episode. And, they didn't really do much episodes. They just did 14 shows, but then that was it. I mean, it did come out to DVD an old complete series years ago, I think from A&E, but it got re-released from Shout Factory. And when it comes to the movies, I actually did kind of like the movies. Bean the movie that came out in 1997. Mr. Bean's Holiday. I kind of like that one. I saw that one in theaters. Really did like that one. I know it wasn't perfect. I actually like that one. And I have never even seen that other show, the animated show. I don't even know if that one was worth watching, to be honest. But, yep, that is that. Next one up, this show right here, I got into probably in 2007. Because, I remember, back then I used to, and I still like video games to this day, but I'm not really a collector of them anymore. But, I had, and I still have it to this day. It was on a PlayStation 2, but it was the XFiles. I'm trying to catch up on all the seasons. I have the first 7 seasons. I watched the first 6. It's been a year since I bought season 7 on Blu-ray, and I haven't even cracked into it yet. But there's still other seasons I need to get. And there were 2 theatrical movies that came out. I actually did like the movies. I used to not really like the first one, but the Fight the Future one, I really liked that one a lot better. But, the show was kind of these special agents, Fox Mulder, played by David Duchovny, Dana Scully, played by Gillian Anderson. They discover these strange aliens sometimes. I remember the one episode, probably the first episode I watched was the episode Fallen Angel, because I remember I used to try to collect the VHSs of them, and then I remember it was a VHS I bought. It came with that episode and an episode called Eve, which was about these twin girls. I absolutely really liked it, and I really like, the movies as well. The next one is, of course, I've been watching this show since 2010, because it was kind of the same thing with the X-Files. I played the video game of it from Nintendo 64, and I love this show. And I know, yeah, I'm doing this outside, so just cause, but I know season 23 on Blu-ray just came out this week, but it was South Park. Everyone knows that show, about animated show that comes on Comedy Central, Stan, Kyle, Kenny, and Cartman, you know, get into these ridiculous situations, potty mouth little kids. One of those shows, it's probably, and I'm surprised, it's one of those shows that still comes on. They still make new episodes, you know. It's actually kind of like a neat that they're still doing that. And of course there was a movie that came out, made in 1999. Always really loved that movie. The next one here, now I know this one, this show is on DVD, like on Burn On Demand, like one of those ones you have to get on Amazon. I just didn't get them yet. I will at some point. I just, you know, because I already have like a lot of TV shows I'm way behind on, but I just don't want, I know I'm good, and they're still in print as far as I know, because, you know, like some of those Nickelodeon ones, like Burn On Demands went out of print. As far as I know, they're still in print, but it was an old show, and I remember watching it as a kid. I remember watching it when it was still coming on, Nick Jr., back in 2010. I remember I would stay up all night just to rewatch like the episodes, but it was the show Gullah Island. The show was basically takes place on this island. It was about this I think, how do you say it? It was like a yellow pollywog, like it always like make these noises like binga binga, something like that. I know I didn't do it right, but I don't know, I've always kind of liked that show. And yes, like I said, I will get those DVDs of them someday. I just haven't got them yet. I don't know why I just haven't. I don't know. But, alright, the next one here, and this show, I do like this show, you know. Hopefully it's one of those shows, same thing with Gullah Island, that it'll get a reboot one day, and Mr. Bean, of course. All of these shows, I hope, get a reboot. You know, and it is a shame what's going on with, the one guy right now, but, you know, it's the show Little Bill, but, it's another show I used to watch, as a kid. You know, I don't even know if it comes on anymore, to be honest, and it's a shame what's happening with Bill Cosby right now, which, you know, he was from the show, the Bill Cosby Show, that came out in, like, in the 70s. You know, it's a cool show. It was an animated show on Nick Jr. about a kid named Little Bill, you know, goes on these adventures. It was such a neat show. I've always really liked that show. This next one, of course, everyone knows this is probably my all-time top favorite. You know, I've talked about this so many times. I even talked about the new show, and I really like what they're doing with that new show. But of course, it's Blue's Clues. You know what it is. You know, the host was originally Steve Burns, and then they replaced the guy with replaced him with Donovan Patton. Now they have the new host, Joshua Dela Cruz. And you know, with him as like the host, like I actually really liked him as a host. He's actually pretty cool, and I always like with that new show, they're actually bringing back the original characters back in this new series. I like that, you know, and I really hope that they keep doing that more often, you know. But yeah, but that's that. The next one, of course, now this is a show I don't even think is on DVD at all. There may have been some VHSs of them, but I don't know if they ever came out to DVD. Hopefully one day PBS Kids will put them out, because it's a show I remember watching as a kid, and I've always been a big fan of the show. It's called Zaboomafoo. It was a show that the Kratts did, and or the Kratts brothers did. But they're doing a show now. I don't know if they're still doing it now, called Kratts. You know, but Zaboomafoo was basically, it was like about this lemur, this talking lemur. Like he would meet these animals, and you know, we learn about like all these like animals. Like there was one about animals. I think they did one about swimming animals. They did one about eggs and all that. It was actually a pretty neat show, and hopefully at some point, maybe like Shout Factory will put it out or something. I don't know, or maybe PBS, because it was actually a pretty neat show. The next one, now I heard something about that there's going to be a new like movie of this one, like a theatrical movie of it. Not 100% certain. I don't know really much about it, really, but I've always really liked the show. I know they came out to Burn on Demand years ago. They went out of print. Lots of them did, with the Nickelodeon ones. But Rugrats, probably one of the top favorite Nickelodeon TV shows. About these little babies, animated show about these little babies who always get into mischief and always get into like situations, and babies have to deal with like a bully named Angelica, which is Tommy's cousin. And they you get Chucky Finster, the twins of Phil and Lil, and Tommy has a brother, but it's not so late. It's like in the later seasons, I think it's Dill. I think that's what they call him in the show. But I've always really liked that show. And I remember there was an episode. I really hope I can find season 5, not season 6 actually. I hope I can find the rest of the seasons, because I remember there was this one episode I liked, and I have not seen the episode in years. It was when they're pretending to go to New York or something. I've always really liked that episode. The next one, of course, this show is probably my second favorite, next to Blue's Clues. But I know I heard that there's actually going to be a reboot of this show as well, and I'm actually friends with one of the actresses of this show, which is Goosebumps, of course. When it comes to that show, I liked every episode that they did. I know some of the episodes were pretty cheesy. Some of them had these terrible effects, but overall, I always really liked the show. I remember watching them when it first came on Cartoon Network, and I really hope that someone one day will upload, those TV promos that they did for Cartoon Network. I would really like to rewatch those promos again, and I'm surprised there's not many of those promos anymore. Most of the promos from, when it came on, Fox Kids, but it was an anthology kids show, it was based off the books from R.L. Stine. Not all the books were made into an episode. And, and of course there were 2 theatrical movies, a couple years ago, which I actually really liked. And, like I said, I'm friends with the actress who did the show, Kristen Farley, who did, Little Bear, Babar. She's also doing Total Drama Island. She's a very nice person. That's that. This next show right here, I know the show got a reboot about 10 years ago, and then they canceled it, so I don't know what happened. From what I've heard, probably because it was getting too inappropriate. I don't know exactly, but this is the show Beavis and Butthead. Hilarious, funny, amazing show about these 2 idiots who get into mischief, and it's just basically about these idiots. That's all I can say. I mean, really, they just do these crazy stuff, trying to do everything to get girlfriends or trying to look cool, and their favorite food is nachos. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. But yeah, but just a funny show. I've always really liked the show. But yeah, alright, and the last one here, now I know the show, I think she said, from what I've heard, they're going to be doing one more season. That's it, and she's retiring. It's and it's probably one of my favorite court shows of all time. I've always really liked the show, but it's the show Judge Judy. Everyone knows the show. It's one of those court shows where solve these ridiculous cases, and she's always ignorant, and just a fun show to watch. Just some of the shows were actually kind of funny, and some of them were kind of stupid, but overall it was actually kind of a cool show. But that is it for my favorite 90s TV shows. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm sorry there was no DVD and Blu-ray update today. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video anyway. And thanks for watching. See ya.